Hi everyone, it's Ash. This is Indie Insider, and my guest this week is the talented Eric Burgett. I hope I said your name right, Eric.
You are super close, but I've been in this industry long enough. The name is the game. It's Burgett,
Oh, Burgett.
Eric
Oh,
Burgett.
okay. I'll remember.
You're good. I said
Eric,
I
yeah.
always tell people, it's not that it doesn't sound that fancy.
Well, Eric, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come and chat with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's only a pleasure. Eric, could you just tell us how you started your music career? What made you interested in music?
Absolutely. Well, I'm a farm kid from the Midwest. I grew up in a little town by the name of Latham, Illinois. It's the center part of the state of Illinois. I grew up like most kids who listen to country music. I grew up in a small town. I grew up on a farm. Grew up listening to country music on the tractor with my dad, and later on, sooner than later, my brother Elliot kind of started playing piano, and I took to the piano like a cow to cud, man. I couldn't quit,
Sure.
So piano has been my main instrument, and I listen to guys like Jerry Lee Lewis, Billy Joel even, and later on down the line, it was Phil Vassar. So I got a lot of my musical inspiration from those guys who were
Right.
triple threats, playing piano, singing, and songwriting.
Okay. And do you enjoy playing the piano?
I love it. I absolutely love it. I've had a pretty interesting journey, I guess. I grew up playing classical piano, performing on stages like talent shows, and anywhere I could put my hands on a piano, I'd be there, and love every minute of it. So piano is definitely a big part of my songwriting process, and and my shows.
Sure. And you play guitar as well, I would assume.
I do not. I do not. So
Okay.
yeah, when I say I grew up like most kids who listen to country music, I guess location wise, being in a rural community. However, my path was a little different. I chose the 88 keys, and I've been doing it ever since.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. I think the piano is a beautiful instrument to play.
Yeah, it's definitely put me in a lot of awesome writing circles, and my shows are all geared around, when we do full band shows, I have my piano center stage. I'll be playing at the piano, singing, and I'll jump away from the piano, dance a little bit, come back,
Oh, cute.
and you could say the piano is definitely woven in and out of my music. So
Okay. And do you find that the audience sort of relate to you when you play your music and the piano? They sing along to your songs?
I've been in so many different instances where it's just me and the piano. I'm on my truck bed with my piano there. I do these things called truck bed concerts, and I'll just be playing to a crowd of 50 people, just me and my piano and singing, and they're dancing along to it like it's a
Oh,
guitar. I've also been in instances where it's a small listening room, like the Bluebird Cafe here in Nashville,
okay.
and folks are sitting there listening and really tuned into what I'm doing. I think the piano is a great instrument for storytelling.
Right.
Much like the guitar, it can be played with a full band behind you. It can be played just you in the spotlight, which is you and the piano.
Sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with bands, but when it's just you and your piano, I think then your voice really shines out. It shines a lot. That's what I think.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I definitely I always say some of the hardest shows to play are acoustic, like broken down sets, because you're covering all the parts. But for me, really, the piano is it's like an extra muscle for me. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's been in my life forever, and it's come to the point where I don't even have to think about it, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And it's just a part of every song I play. So
Oh,
thank you.
fantastic. No, you're welcome. Eric, could you tell us what are you most proud of to date?
Oh my gosh. Career wise, family wise, I mean it's all kind of together.
Everything.
Everything, because
Everything, yes.
whether it's my career, it's, well, my family's part of that career, and every song I put out, my life, it's all personal and, faithful, family oriented, and positive. Well, the thing I'm most excited about, proud of, is our 8-month boy. My wife and I just had a baby back in October. So
congratulations.
Thank you. He's been our pride and joy, and he loves music as much, if not more than me, it seems like. It's crazy.
Oh my word. Do you find that he's like you at that age, when you were that age?
I talk to my mom a lot and ask her, like, how, because I'm always curious, and I'm like,
Sure.
how was it and there were 4 of us kids in our farm family. So
Okay.
I'm like, Mom, how did you raise 4 of us? 4 of me, little guy, the one we had. And she's like, oh, y'all were just wild children, and up and down, climbing up and down the stairs, walls, you name it, getting dirty in the dirt. And this kid definitely has my energy, my wife's energy. My wife is musical as well. We met through music. So you put us 2 together, this kid is like this 100%, 1,000% us.
Both of you combined. I think, it's so beautiful for a child to have so much energy. But of course, when you tired from a hard day's work, or you just come back from a gig, or you're about to go to a gig, and now your child wants to play, it's like, oh, I don't have the energy for it.
We definitely share the duties for sure. And I always say, like, a relationship is 100%, 100%. So
Yes.
What I can't do, maybe then my wife picks up and brings me to that level. I'm like, we got to do this. We got to, it might be 6 o'clock at night. We just had a long day, but we got to start his bath routine and then put him to bed at 7. And then after 7 o'clock, my wife and I hang out, and otherwise we could just, it's our time,
Yeah.
So.
No, I'm so glad I'm past that stage. Nothing against young kids, but I just love young kids, but enough to say, right, there you go. Hey, here's your child. I've had enough now.
I don't think anybody really understands that unless you have a kid.
Exactly.
And I believe that, I'm like, don't blink because you'll miss it. There are times you need to realize, though, that, the life you're building is also a life you're building around your kids. And
exactly.
I've been blessed to be able to take my wife and little guy on the road. He's flown on 9 plane rides already. He loves music, so we're feeding him into our lifestyle and what we do.
That's good. And does he behave when you're traveling?
So far, so good. Knock on wood.
Yeah, touch wood.
So far, so good. I think just keeping him busy and, like, I don't know. It's so funny, and every kid, every baby's different, I hear, but it's like he'll stay with something for 20 minutes and then he has to switch to a different, like, game or toy, and then he has to switch again because he's just so, I don't know if that's me in a nutshell, where I'm just always doing something different with music. Like, oh, I gotta make a TikTok post. Okay, I did that. Now I gotta go over here and write this lyric of this song.
My word. So, like father, like son, that always
say. My gosh, it is crazy. It's amazing.
I can imagine. Eric, tell us, what is your dream venue to perform at?
My dream venue is the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. Now there's a little backstory here, because I've actually performed on that stage.
Wow.
But not in front of a live audience, per se. I was part of a videotaping for the Kelly Clarkson TV show.
Okay.
And I played piano and performed with a group. We were called Creative X, and we write with veterans from the military, and veterans who want to tell their stories, and we write songs with them so they can share their stories with the world. And I was part of a TV taping on the Grand Ole Opry stage. So it was awesome to be on that stage doing what we were doing. And I can't wait to get back on that stage and actually perform Eric Burgett's music in front of.
Wow. Yes, I think you should. I hope and I pray that you will get back onto that stage for yourself and have a live audience.
Thank you so much.
My hat goes off to you, and I'm rooting for you, Eric.
Thank you. Thank you all for the support out there. It's amazing.
It's really, this is what we love to do, support independent artists, because you deserve all the recognition you can get.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Another question for you. What is your creative process when you write new music?
It's a little bit of everything. My creative process is a little bit of everything, in terms of how I go about it. I guess speaking from a most recent writing session I had, this writing session, we walked in, there were four of us. A guy already had like a track laid out that we top lined over, and top lining is where you literally ramble off lyrics on top of an existing track that's already made with guitar, drums, and everything. And I started spitting out lyrics, and we were like, this sounds like kind of like a beachy vibe. Let's go this route. And then my friend over here, she started brainstorming lyrics, and we came up with something great. Another instance is where I'll come in with a predetermined, piano part that I've put out on my phone, and I kind of like this vibe. Let's roll with it. Or we might tweak it a little bit. And then another time I might just have like 2 or 3 lines of lyrics that could work for a chorus. And then my buddy over here on guitar will start jamming along to the vibe or making up something. But I'm always like, end goal is obviously a great song.
Yes, definitely.
Formulaic in terms of like how it flows. I'm a big storyteller fan. So, having the concept of the story lined out and where we're going to go with it, I want to add a cool twist to it or something, or maybe it's just a simple dancing tune that people can line dance to.
Of course.
So I just really wrap my brain around, what's best for the song that day.
And just go with the flow, basically.
Yeah, trust the process is my number one thing. Trust the process, because that's another thing with songwriting. Who you're writing with. I don't know everything. I play the school kid in the room, and I want to learn from everybody around me. And
sure,
I think we all can learn from each other. And
that's a big process, to learn from each other, and then somebody gives you a great idea and you go with it, and then vice versa.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow, Eric, honestly, I just wish I had your energy. I really wish.
Well, you're definitely bringing it out of me. So,
fantastic.
Let's go. We're hanging out. I like it.
The best. I absolutely find it the best.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Eric, with fans, how do you interact with fans when you're performing live or online?
Man, the fan is the most important part. Like, I'm there for them, like 100%, because I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for them. And whether it's somebody who never heard my music from Adam, like I want to bring them in and give them something special, and hoping they leave a better person, or feeling better about something than when they came. So eye contact is huge for me, because I want to talk to people. I wish I could look everybody in the eye at once.
Oh no, we wish. We wish.
They say, like, look above the crowd, look to the furthest point in the back of the room. Sometimes it's really hard for me to just do that. But I have moments where I'm like, I find somebody in the room, I pinpoint them, I'm like, I'm speaking to you right now, and then I'm over here, and because we're all going through something different in life, and
yes,
you just hope that your heart connects with their heart. And, like I said, hopefully they leave a better person than when they came to my show. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. Do you find also when you singing any of your songs and you get the crowd, we see them line dancing, that must make you feel so, wow, they love me.
It's humbling for sure. I love every bit about music, because it's a, where words fail, music speaks. You hear that a lot. And, there's nothing like having a melody and harmonies that are just engulfing the lyric and giving the audience something special that they can escape from life with for a little bit. And I love every minute of it. and I wouldn't be doing anything else. You know, it's
Oh,
breathing to me. So
I agree. And with your wife being a musician as well, do you both have you ever sung a song together or a couple of songs together?
we go way back. So my wife and I, we actually just celebrated our 6-year wedding anniversary last weekend.
Oh, happy
Um,
anniversary.
thank you. So this is a special conversation for me.
Oh,
Thanks for
thank you.
asking.
You're welcome.
My wife Aimee, I'll say her name. Aimee and I met back in 2007. I was a young guy, college town. She was going to the same college I was going to. Eventually, a year later, I went to the same college.
Okay,
um,
okay.
and we actually met in an upstairs audition room for a musical.
Okay.
I was doing a musical for like just for fun, like during high school. I was like, hey, I'll audition for this. The music sounds cool, and I'll do it. And she happened to be doing it for college credit for
Okay.
her degree because she did musical theater. And so we became friends. She introduced me to like all her friends, and later on, I joined a fraternity that she had a lot of friends in, and she and I continued to do music together because she needed a piano player for like her ballet class and her
Oh,
singing class.
okay. Okay, that's
So,
interesting.
so I was like, well, I was doing classical piano stuff, so I was like, well, I've never played for ballet classes, but I'll try it because I do play classical piano, and I assume there's a lot of classical stuff in
Yeah,
ballet. So here
yeah,
I
of
am, this
course.
farm kid, like learning something. And well, so I was like, and guess what? I won't even charge you because uh,
Yeah, you had that feelings.
I was like, man, I loved her then too. Like I never really told her because like I knew she was gonna be, you know, graduating. She moved out to California, but through all that we stayed friends. And she was doing acting and music out in LA, eventually moved back to Chicago where her family was from, and she showed up at one of my shows in Chicago, and that's when we reconnected, more than friends. So then the rest is
Oh,
history. So
oh,
um,
honestly, I wish the very best for you and Aimee because you sound like a fantastic couple.
Well, thank you. We certainly are blessed, and we do get together and sing quite a bit. We sing for our son Trent all the time. He loves "You Are My Sunshine."
Oh,
So
that's a cute song.
we'll have to post a video of that on a yeah.
Yes, I'd love to see that video. Honestly, Eric, I'd love to see it. So that's really basically your basic day. Um, where you write music or you just do family stuff or you have a day job?
My day job is my career, my life, my lifestyle, my music.
Okay.
Now you'll find me in the backyard doing a lot of work around the yard because I love being outside. I grew up on a farm, so
Yeah.
being outside is like being inside for me.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Yes.
And
And
and that's another thing about our little guy. He loves being outside too. Like we'll put him in his little like stand up toy thing, and he just
oh,
watches me go to work. Man, it's crazy.
oh, I can just
Um,
imagine. It's like, there's my daddy.
yeah, he watches everything, man. It's crazy.
Oh, that's
But
sweet.
yeah, but music it is a job, but it's super fun, and I don't feel like I'm working half the time. If that makes
Oh,
sense. Just
Eric,
having fun with what
yes.
I do. Um, and I'm playing a show almost every weekend, whether it's full band or an acoustic show for a group of 100 people out in the middle of nowhere. I'm playing up in Ohio this weekend for a crowd of about 400 people. I'm super
Wow.
excited about that. Um, I have a Bluebird date coming up this fall. I'm up in New York. It's crazy. I'm
So,
everywhere. I love it.
wow, you're quite busy. That's good. I really think that's very good to keep busy and booking out shows and performing. I think that's fantastic and all the best for you, Eric. Really, I just
Thank you
think
so much.
you deserve
Thank you.
it. You work hard at it and you're marvelous.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your support out there, man. I can't tell you how
Honestly.
much
Oh,
I
it's
appreciate it.
only our pleasure. Eric, just before we go, could you just tell us where people can follow you or to buy your music or your merchandise?
You can go to ericburgett.com, Burgett. And you can find everything there, everything about me, my merch, new music coming out. We're putting out a new song July 12th. However, it's sort of a new song, but it's a new
Oh,
release. I'll say that. But it's a cover of one of my all-time favorite songs by Mark Cohn, called
okay.
Walking in Memphis. Um, and so that song we're going to be putting out next, and y'all can pre-save that now, and have it added to your playlist immediately when it drops. So
Fantastic. Well, everybody listen to Mark. Pre-save his new song, please. Otherwise, I'll come and haunt you.
yep, check out Mark Cohn's version. Then check out my version. Lone Star actually did a version too, like back in the 2000s.
Okay.
So, but it's a piano driven song, and it's one of those songs. It's called Walking in Memphis, and it just takes you to that place, and it's soulful. It's a spiritual experience for me, I guess, is the best way I could describe it. A spiritual musical experience.
Oh, fantastic. Well, sorry, Eric. I know I
That's
got
okay.
Mark from. My
I'm throwing
apologies.
out lots of names.
I wish you and Aimee and your gorgeous son all the best, and really enjoy chatting with you.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a good rest of your day.
You too. Thank you, Eric.
Yep. Bye bye.
Bye.